accelerated semester of Art 117, Art of the Ancient World. I'm your instructor, Dr. Olivia Gruber-Florek. So I want to begin with a note about accelerated learning. This is a 3-credit course crammed into 7 weeks. That's really intense. I recommend that you communicate with me often and early. Look at all of the deadlines that are coming up. Everything is already available. And if you have any issues with a date or an assignment, let me know as soon as possible and we can definitely figure something out. But the sooner you let me know about it, the more likely it is that it won't affect your experience this semester. So to get started, click on the Modules tab on the left of the screen. Each module has a label with the content title and the due dates for the materials within it. The only exception to that is the DCCC Canvas Student Orientation module. Everything has a due date, but it's all available now. And if you want to work ahead, you are absolutely welcome to do so. So I recommend taking time to read the syllabus closely. It has all sorts of details about grading, withdrawal, if you have special needs, tutoring resources, and the semester timeline. All of this material is also available within the orientation module that you're about to work through. If you are new to Canvas, definitely go through that DCCC Canvas Student Orientation module. I've also isolated 3 things that I think are really important for anybody, even if you aren't new to Canvas. Make sure you have updated your notifications so that you will receive the messages that I send out about the class. I send out reminders periodically. I also give all of my feedback through the rubrics, and you can learn how to access those rubric comments within the viewing grades and feedback page. And then finally, a lot of our discussions revolve around images, and you really need to be able to embed images within your text box in the discussion posts. Otherwise, honestly, if you just attach the image, nobody's going to see it because nobody wants to download your image. It's really important that you learn how to embed them, and the instructions for that are right there. For the class, you do not need to buy any textbook. All of the readings and videos are accessed online within Canvas for free. You need to complete them by the deadline within the module title. I don't recommend doing extra research outside of what I have in the modules. Everything you need, I have it linked there. And so, for example, I have a copy of the Paleolithic Art module here, and you can see that I have links to readings that will take you primarily to a website called Smart History. And I also have videos linked within there as well. You really do need a laptop or a desktop computer. The mobile app will not allow you to embed images in the discussions. You also really need some sort of word processing. So whether it's Google Docs or Word, it doesn't really matter. But there's a lot of writing in the class and you need to be able to upload documents. There is more information about this within the Start Here module. Your writing assignments represent 80% of the grade. You're going to write 4 papers of 450 to 500 words each. There's a rough draft required for each of these papers, and for each of these major writing assignments, I have individual explanation videos that you can access within the rough draft assignments. Your participation grade is 20%. This includes the discussions, the rough drafts, and short written assignments within each stylistic period. The deadlines and rubrics for all of these are available within the syllabus and the module. Also, within your participation grade, Canvas automatically will drop the lowest 2 grades in this category. So this is an example of a typical module. You'll note that I have it organized first under the readings and videos. These are organized by stylistic period. So here we've got the Bronze Age through the Zhou Dynasty in China. There are the readings for that. Then the Qin Dynasty. And at the bottom, I have the graded assignments. So here it's a discussion, and then the final draft of the unknown object paper. All of the modules are organized in the same way with the title of the stylistic periods up here, and then when everything is due. Your written assignments are going to respond to a prompt with a short essay, typically between 350 and 400 words, that utilizes visual evidence to prove your points. The rough drafts also fall within this category, but they have a higher word count. Discussions are always graded strictly for completion. There are 2 posts per discussion, one in response to the original prompt and then another in response to a classmate. I would prefer these to be short, 2 to 3 sentences in length, just to make it feel more like a discussion. They don't need to be a brick. Nobody really wants to read all of that. I feel like they go much better if you just are short and to the point, especially with visual analysis.
This is an example of a typical discussion. You can see here that in the instructions, I tell you what to do in your first post. Here you're responding to one of the stylistic strategy definitions that I have, and you're going to embed an example as part of your response. Your second post is to respond to an image embedded by a peer. So if I scroll down here, you can see I've got definitions of different stylistic strategies. Here I have an example of what I'm looking for, so with an embedded image, the title of the image, and then a very short post, like 3 sentences. I'm not looking for anything more than that. If we scroll back up, most of these discussions are geared to help you write a particular aspect of the course, one of the assignments. And so here you can see that I've got, this is supposed to help you write the shared stylistic strategies in Mesopotamian and early Egyptian art. The thing to keep in mind with these discussions is that they really belong to the entire class. If somebody posts an image there that you think is a good example for your essay, you should use it. It's part of our class discussion. It's the same way that if you were in a traditional classroom and somebody said something that you thought was intelligent and you wanted to include it in one of your essays, that would be completely fine.
Accelerated course, I cannot accept late submissions of pretty much anything. There are 3 exceptions, and that is the final drafts of the first 3 major writing assignments. I will accept late submissions of these 3 major writing assignments for up to 3 days after the due date. Those late submissions will be penalized 5 points per day. In terms of plagiarism, Turnitin.com checks all of your assignments, and so I'll know if you are copying and pasting or using AI-generated text. It's important to note that Grammarly, including Grammarly Go, appears as AI generated, so I do not recommend using it. Any assignment, discussion post, or paper that includes plagiarized text or AI generated text will receive a 0, no exceptions. So I recommend that you structure your week as follows. You should be completing at least 2 modules a week to stay on task. The recommended order is listed within the modules. I recommend doing the readings first. Read the discussion and assignment questions to help you focus your readings, and then look ahead to the major writing assignments that are related to that week's content. So after you have completed the readings, respond to the discussion and check back to see what your classmates have posted in order to make your next post, and then complete the writing assignments. So within an online classroom, I really recommend designating class time for yourself during the week. This would be a consistent period that you'll always work on the material, almost as if you were in the classroom. And so that also means not like being on your phone the whole time while you're doing it. I also recommend engaging in the discussions. All of the discussions in this class are geared towards the written assignments. And so the more you participate there, the more material you will have to create those final assignments. Then finally, reach out to me. I'm very happy to meet with you over Zoom. I have office hours listed within the calendar, but if those times don't work for you, let me know. I can be very flexible given enough lead time. Anyway, I'm excited for our semester together, and yeah, let's get going.